Our top story at 5:30, testimony at the ghost ship warehouse trial, painting a picture of a disaster waiting to happen. Reports of a major code violation that could have provided ample kindling for a fire. Good evening and welcome back. I'm Veronica Dela Cruz.
I'm Alan Martin. KPIX5's Juliette Goodrich was in the courtroom today where a fire marshal had to answer some tough questions. Juliette?
Certainly did, Alan and Veronica. Cesar Avila with the Alameda County Fire Department, a fire marshal, had some questions to answer in regards to records and if he knew of any former citations at the warehouse. He said he did not. But more specifically on the prosecution's side, he said that there were some serious code violations because RVs were not allowed in the warehouse, neither were trailers because they had propane tanks, which could make a fire burn more intensely. But the defense certainly had an argument for that. During cross-examination, the defense honed in on if Avila was aware of any records of safety complaints or code violations at the warehouse. He said he wasn't. The defense also directed responsibility on the warehouse's longtime owners, not the two defendants.
It would have been the owners that had the responsibility to get the permits, that they don't even know what kind of permits would have been needed because there's no records of what the original permitting was for the warehouse.
But beyond that, Tony Serra argued safety violations aren't the reason the fire started in the first place.
They don't know how the fire was started. We say, and you watch, we're going to raise reasonable doubt here, that it was arson. So all of the fire codes in the world are not going to take into account what you have to do when there's an arson.
Jennifer Turner, a former tenant in 2014, was called up to the stand by the prosecution. She said she found a posting on Craigslist about housing, and it was advertised as a psychedelic pirate ship, she thought. When she met with the defendant, Derek Almena, she said that she was told the warehouse will be understood as a 24-hour artist collective, even though there were people living in there. Now, Jennifer Turner, the former tenant, moved out 2 months later, she said, because of safety concerns. Now, she will continue to testify tomorrow, and the defense will certainly have its own cross-examination as well. More witnesses will come to the stand as well, and we'll continue to cover this. In Oakland, Juliette Goodrich, KPIX 5.